Hi, I'm Ann Endo with IHI and the Conversation Project, and we're out here today talking about a new Conversation Project ad campaign, encouraging people to have end-of-life conversations with their loved ones. We're asking people if they've had the conversation, if they have, how that came about, if they haven't, why not? So according to a national survey, about 90% of the people who answered said that they thought that having end-of-life conversations with their loved ones was important. If you had to guess, how many do you think have actually had end-of-life conversations with their families?
40%.
45.2.
10%. I want to say about 45 to 50%.
Maybe about 50%.
Probably a third.
Maybe 10%.
Yeah, I'd say 10% is good, yeah.
Would it surprise you that it's only 27%?
That's very low.
That is very low. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. People aren't good at talking about things that they don't want to talk about.
Can you tell me about why you thought it was 10%?
Because what people think they should do and what people actually do are two different things.
They say it's important, but they're afraid to talk about it because they're afraid to have the reality that people are going to die and you have to say goodbye. So they don't want to really say that to each other. They're afraid. They're afraid of what to hear and what they have to do with that.
Yeah, I think it can be hard for people because nobody wants to think about people that they love dying, but it's inevitable.
That is something that's going to happen to all of us, but we don't really think about it daily or necessarily want to think about it. So this is actually requiring you to think about something that you wouldn't normally be thinking about.
Now, have you had a conversation with your loved ones about what your wishes would be at the end of your life?
Not a serious one. I would say I like to be sent into space, or I like to be blown up, whatever.
Not yet, but I'm still young, so.
Do you think many of your friends, like around your age, have had end-of-life conversations with their families?
Yes.
Yeah, that's really unusual. What do you think has made it easier for people in your circle of friends to have those conversations?
Well, I mean, you live in a tough world, life is too short. You never know what tomorrow's gonna bring, so I'm pretty much, living every day like it's my last.
So part of what we're trying to encourage with the Conversation Project is not just to talk about things like, whether you'd want to be on life support, but even more broadly about things like, I know for sure I don't want to be in pain, or I want my dog there, or I want my family around me. Have you talked about those kinds of things with your family?
No.
What kinds of things would you think would you want your loved ones to know about what would be important? Just what things you would value?
Well, I'm having this conversation with you, and you're a perfect stranger. I haven't thought about this before.
I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for the people around me. I don't want to hang around.
I would just want to be around my mom, my brother, and my kids. I have 4 kids, so I would just want to spend as much time with them as possible.
We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you think about the Conversation Project. Let us know if you've seen the ads. Share what you think about them. Let us know if they helped you have conversations with your loved ones at theconversationproject.org.